support. 2 years ago, we took school supplies, clothing for the children. Oh, and my goodness, beloved, and again, I know that our friends from Congo can appreciate this. We even took, everybody knows, you see at Christmas time, these little shiny bags, gift bags. When people, we took a whole bunch of those. You would have thought that we were passing out gold. They thought having these shiny bags were just absolutely a blessing. This year, we took a lot of school supplies, toys, clothing, and money, because when I wrote to her and said, what is it that you need? The first thing that was on the list, food. Food. Every day. She's trying to figure out how to feed these 50 children. So she needed food. So obviously I didn't take food with me, but I praise the Lord. I'll share it with you. St. Paul Baptist Church here in Capitol Heights. I had an opportunity to do a presentation about what we're doing through the Pan-African Collective. The following Sunday, that church took up a collection and gave $1,000 for this orphanage. Through Greater Mount Nebo, you gave $1,000. So we were able to send to her, the directress of the orphanage, $2,000 so that she could use that for food, but also she said she needed to get cooking utensils. She needed blankets for the children because in the evening time it gets cool. And so she was able to buy all of those things for the school and for the children. So it was a wonderful experience going to that orphanage. Brother Paul and I saw Daphne, your hand as well.
They weren't able to make as much profit as they were able to make before. So these are just some of the things that I think I just wanted to add on to the conversation about the importance of the orphanages in the Congo and about us becoming more aware of what's going on there.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. I think, amen. I don't want to forget this right now, but Daphne, I want to make sure, I think you had your hand raised. No, I think we're ready, but I do want to mention that Sister Lenora has shared information with us, a prayer for World AIDS Day. So please, beloved, take a copy of this. Maybe if you're a part of a local church, you might also want to share this information. This is a wonderful prayer, and so please take it with you to continue heightened awareness about this, and certainly its effects not only here in America, but certainly in other parts of the world, especially including Africa. Daphne, I mean, seriously, do you want to go ahead and lift something now?
No. Blessed me. I remember it was at Tagoma Park Baptist Church, and just I saw you coming to speak to my students at Bowie State University. From downtown, we have become really just brothers, and you meeting my parents in Congo, I've never thought that would be just a reality. And again, to see how members of Greater Manibo have become really my own relative brothers and sisters. Just I think of my own sister, Reverend Melinda Clark, just have been to France, even to London, meeting some of my friends. This means a lot to me. Just I'm so grateful again. I don't know where to begin, but only to say thank you. Thank you, brother, for your love for Africa. And I think just there is much that can be done. Just about, thank you. But some months ago, I've been thinking well, just to start packing and go back maybe to London because things were really tough. You know what I've been going through. Just having lost my job with American Cancer Society and this and that. I said, Lord, too much. And in fact, as you know, that my PhD is in public health, and I'm a pastor, just with master in theology. But all my pastoral work has been in just working among immigrants and refugees. And times again, I have thought to God, I said, God, why do you still want me to work among immigrants and refugees? I don't want that because they don't have money to pay me. But God still tells me that that's where I want you to be. That's what I want you to do. And it is very hard. And mainly when you work church like mine, where you don't have any support because autonomous, not easy. But really just what I love doing is really that bridging that gap between people of African ancestry. But again, beyond dialogue, beyond discourse, beyond theories, let us be concrete. And that's what we've been doing. And that's what I'm trying really to do. Just is costly. And sometimes just the detriment of our on well-being, but we try to do that for God's glory. Here I've got these fellows who came from Namibia, and just from Angola, and from Congo. And just, I think you know the situations in Namibia with HIV/AIDS, and just in Angola. In fact, we met Reverend Deolinda Teka, who has become your good friend, and the fellow has been trained in Germany, but again working in Angola with just different projects. And he came here to spend just a month with me, trying to promote his thinking in terms of the theology of development, things like that. But what I want to say is that there are great possibilities here, just whether I talk about Angola or Namibia, or even the Congo. This group is playing a role which is second to none in terms of really being concrete and real. I thank God for that. There are great possibilities here. We've been talking just things that we need to do in Angola, and for which we need just your help, and the sooner the better. Just the very concept, for instance, of national prayer breakfasts, which we are trying to bring to Angola, and again the concept of the African American and Angolan dialogue, just a project on which we are working, because you know that if there is a country where many slaves came just from, it is Angola, that just kingdom of Congo. And they've got many wonderful historic places there in Angola which have not been visited. And we are working on these big projects just to promote the dialogue between African Americans and just people of Angola. Just really a big project. And I think Reverend Weaver will have time to talk with our brother, just Dr. Matondo. But there are some projects that are going on there. We are involved in projects of peace, and just and you know, as you know, that Angola today is the only country that has that military just force in Central Africa or South Africa, and we are working on those projects to see the extent to which churches can be involved in processes of peace. Just many since President Eduardo Santos is now the current president of. How do you call it again?
Conference of Great Lakes.
Conference of Great Lakes region, yes. Those are some of the projects on which we are working, and for which we need your help, and to see how we can. We really need the contribution of African Americans, and great projects for Angola, great projects for Namibia, but again for Congo. In fact, to conclude, the school that you have mentioned, Reverend Weaver, just that orphanage that we visited with Pastor Mengi, just about 10 years ago, I was among those people who just supported the roof just for the school to be built. And what a story when you see just, and you know, Reverend Weaver, that here I am standing, but I used to be like one of those many children, standing in public places and begging for money. And that was my life. If God wasn't on my side, I don't know where would I be. Wow. God had to use me. And this lady here, the Christian church which you visited, that the church where her husband just is just one of the elders. In fact, Reverend Weaver, that's the church that really just welcomed me in Kinshasa when I came from the region, and I was the child of everybody. Somebody will bring me a piece of just a pair of shoes. Somebody will bring me just trousers and so on. They just I became the child, and they sent me to school. That school just that church that you visited, it means a lot to me. Really, just to say again, big thank you to Reverend Weaver for what you're doing. Such a blessing. May the Lord be glorified.
Appealing to you that you don't leave here today without doing something about what you've heard and seen. Leading into the segue of connecting the bridge, one of the initiatives of the Pan-African Collective is to really build a bridge between the diaspora and former family members. That's my own talk, is family members, sisters and brothers. To build a bridge of understanding between African Americans who are descendants of slaves in America and other residents and descendants of Africa and the Pan-African diaspora. We had some action steps that we had initiated previous years, and we're going to continue to do that, is to establish a protocol for churches and other members to receive the diplomatic corps. As I always say, you don't have to leave the country because the country is already here to visit. We have various embassies and we're gonna try to connect and build a bridge between the embassies and the people of the United States of America, including the young people. We will try to put a plan together whereby we would ask for invitations to the embassies to see if they can open their doors so we can have a cultural exchange. So you can learn firsthand, who are these people? Who are my ancestors, my descendants that I stem from? And to get an enrichment, an enlightenment that would push you further than what you might hear or see in the regular and social media. And so one of our goal as for the Pan-African Collective is to not only to have meetings, but to put our money where our mouth is, and that is to work, and that is to help and reach out to our brothers and sisters, not only in Africa, but in the Caribbean and South America and other areas that we have our descendants in. So I am really, really grateful today to see so many of you around here took your time out on a weekend to come out and for us to sit together. And I pray that the Lord will speak and you will listen and hear and ask, what am I supposed to do? Now that I've heard this, now that I've seen, we have had witnesses and testimony of people going to the continent, what can I, me, do to help somebody to pull up their bootstraps? Not only, when we say education, we're not talking about the literal book learning, but to take whatever a young boy or young girl has in Congo or Kinshasa or any part of the world. They have potential. God has given them a gift and a talent. Let's merge. You bring whatever you have, I bring whatever we have. We make this beautiful tapestry, and then we will see where that will take us and lead us. And God will surely be glorified. So this is my appeal to each one of you. What can we do both individually and collectively, not only the Pan-African Collective,